Alright guys, so I'm not sure if you guys can see me or see what I'm doing properly, but hopefully you can. So today I'm going to try to take out the valve cover. I notice I have a leak here for the most part. It's leaking pretty heavy because I can see it from underneath. So I'm going to try to remove the valve cover and have this thing, I think it's right in the corner where this, what should I call it? The vacuum pump, where you have this little hump like thing, and where you put the like the RTV or the I have a gasket maker for that. Yeah, right here. I don't know what's going on here, but it's leaking there, so I'm gonna remove the valve cover and see if I can reseat everything, and hopefully I don't have the leak anymore. I'm gonna inspect the gasket to make sure that the gasket is good, and if that's okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is my second valve cover, so I have the previous gasket for the first one I had, and it was fairly new when I changed it because I had issue with the valve cover first and I didn't know if it was a gasket or not, so I replaced the gasket. The problem didn't go away. Turned out I had a problem with the PCV system, so I replaced the valve cover. So I don't know what's going on here, but it's leaking pretty heavy, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to remove the valve cover. And yeah, alright guys, so we got the valve cover off. Now I'm just gonna go around and clean up the surface area. You can see where it was leaking. It looks like it was right here, was a little wet when I pulled the bolt out. This one especially was loaded with oil, but I haven't seen no oil over this side, so I'm not sure what was going on there, but it was definitely leaking right here. I don't know, maybe I put too much RTV the last time, probably. I'm just gonna clean off the old RTV, and got some in the back right here. Yeah, so these are the 2 points that you have to put a dab of RTV. So I'm just gonna go around and clean up everything, all the surface area, make sure it's nice and clean. I'm gonna use a little brake cleaner when I'm done and go over the surface. And this is timing chain right here. So if you watch my last video, you know I was talking about this thing right here. I forgot what it's called again. Yeah, so this thing right here is run off the exhaust cam, which is this right here. So if anything goes wrong and that thing it's gonna jam the cam. The weakest point right now is this bolt right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this bolt run the exhaust cam gear, and once this thing jam, the bolt is gonna break, because remember the chain is pulling from this side also, so it's rotating in one sequence, and then if it fail, the chain is still gonna move, so it's gonna break this, and all this valve over here is gonna bend. So let's keep that in mind. If you have a Mini and you know you have it for quite some time, you know, just keep it in mind. It's good to change it, and it's like $100, and it'll save you thousands of dollars, because you know, rebuilding a engine, finding one, whatever the case may be, or yeah, rebuilding is expensive, and labor is a nightmare if you don't know how to take it up by yourself. So it's kind of expensive to work on these cars because it's so tight. You know, a lot of people don't work on these cars, and things that I've seen, like I've seen cars that people be like, yo, my car, I always take it to the shop, da 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 da, and then next thing you know, when you see their car, there's a lot of things that was done wrong with it. Like people pull it down and they don't know how to put it back together, you know, because these cars they're frustrated to work on, because it's like it's a tight fit, so everything is tight. So people don't tend to like spend the time to, like, you know, to redo everything like it was or whatnot, so they'll just slap it back together the best way they can to get you out, and then it doesn't work out for you in the long run. So you know, that's why I try to do everything myself, because like I said, a lot of shops don't work on this car, and when they do, because if you take your car to a shop right now, they're gonna take it, they're gonna work on it, but it might not be the best quality job, to be honest with you. And I don't need to pay somebody to mess my car up, because I can do that myself for sure. So yeah, I'm gonna get another napkin I have right here. I'm gonna spray some brake clean on this one, and I'm gonna go over the surface again. Oh shoot, forgot to clean the middle. There, I put that piece. Just wanna get the old oil off the surface area. Yeah, so you just wanna clean up where the gasket sits. And this is where the coil pack goes. So down in there, you can see it. Okay, so that's done. Get some brake cleaner. Just wanna run over the surface with the brake cleaner. Make sure it's nice and clean surface. Run it over here. You always want to have the surface clean because you know this is the seal between the the head and the valve cover. And when this engine starts building pressure, anywhere the oil gets to leak, it's gonna do it. So I just want to run over that. Now I have, where did I put my thing? Oh. Got this razor right here. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that RTV off the back, and then I'm gonna wipe it down again. This side was fine. I haven't seen no leak over this side. It was just leaking on the exhaust side. Move this sensor right here so I can get better access to this thing. Try to clean it up as best as possible. It's really tight right here. Let's scrape away the RTB. Okay, this is the part that was giving a lot of trouble. So we gotta make sure this section right here is nice and clean. So let me pull this up, get this out the way. See if I can move this thing out the way. Gotta get down in here. It's a little tight. Alright, so alright guys, I'm not gonna bore you. I'm gonna clean this up and get back to you. Okay guys, so I went ahead and put everything back together. Earlier I was using the camera. I had it on the camera was on my forehead, so I did notice that it wasn't recorded. Well, it was, the battery was dead, so I did notice. But you know, I finished the valve cover, I put it all back together. But you know, if you're gonna try to do it for yourself, you know, it's basically a reverse process from what I did, but you have to pay attention because a few of the bolts are different size. Like these two right here, that's closer to the intake side, these two are longer, and the one in the front is different. If you look at it, you can see it. It's like a bolt that goes down, and then you have an extended bolt on the top, and you have to slide this out. It's a ground, you have to put that back on. So, and there's a few things that I unclipped to make the job easier, which is this right here. I unclipped this thing right here, and also this, and this is onto the head. So you just unclip all of those, and the PCV. Let me put that back right now. I need to get a catch can for this PCV also. So yeah, and let's see if I can get these wires back where they belong. why I just slip it on the slot right here. I'll get that one when I don't have to hold the camera because it's annoying. There's one right here too. Slip that onto the head. That's good. And let's see. And this cover just slide in right here and clips in. Something that gives trouble. These things are back in place right here. Alright guys, so pretty much it. It's not a hard job. Just pay attention when you're doing it, like I said, and you'll be fine. So I'm just gonna get like some WD-40 and just wipe down the cover or whatnot with that rag up there, and I'm gonna change the oil today. So I don't know if I'm gonna record all of that, but yeah. So guys, you know, if I pick up the camera when I'm doing the oil change, so be it. But if not, you know, this is the end of the video. But you know, we'll just try to get rid of this oil leak. So hopefully it doesn't leak again. If it does, probably let you guys know, because I didn't reuse the same gasket. I had this gasket I had on the first valve cover, and it was fairly new because I replaced it before, when, like I said, when I had the leaks on the car. I replaced it, you know, just in case the valve cover was leaking, and I didn't know about it because I was pretty new to the whole mini thing, so I didn't know. So yeah, and then I messed up the valve cover not too long ago, and I had to change it too because my PCV system was all messed up or whatnot. So I replaced the valve cover and I just used the new gasket that came with it, but it's an aftermarket gasket, so I don't know if that's why it was leaking, because I always see it the oil like sweating right here. It's always like that. So but that gasket that I put back is a OEM gasket, so I had picked that up from the dealership because at that time I wasn't living too far away from the dealership. So normally if I have small thing like, you know, bolts or a gasket, I'll just pick it up from the dealership. That way I don't have to wait on it, you know, whatever. So yeah guys, so that's about it for the whole valve cover thingy. Like I said, I'm just gonna clean it up and move along. So guys, I'll catch you guys in the next upload.